quick check-in today because I'm almost there to finishing my edits to be up to date. I have 2 more episodes, 2 more videos I have to edit. But then what I did today is I just went to my first time going to International Foods, and all I got was this drink, Thai tea. Obviously, I don't really have to do a taste review. I've tasted it. I would say it's clearly a 9 out of 10. I went to McDonald's to get breakfast. My first order was canceled because obviously it was like around the time when like 10:30, like when their when their breakfast is over, and I ordered it like at 10:26. But essentially I got a bacon double and a filet-o-fish. Why I got a filet-o-fish is because of Phil Wong, who did like a better version of it, and it was bigger. I'm like, oh, okay, so I don't really have to do a review for the bacon quarter pounder. It's just like this, but I'll do one. What I would plan to do today is just go to projects and probably talk to Brigitte about my independent study stuff. That's about it. Very meaty. Not getting a lot of the bacon. I think the bacon's minimal, I would say. I would give this, if you expected bacon, more like a 8, 7. But what it does, I would say it's an 8. And then the filet-o-fish, I'm loving it. Okay, I'm going to, this is what it looks like. I got the cheese one because it looked bigger. So I've never had filet-o-fish. It's like a fried fish. Sound like a tuna. So I would say for my first time with the cheese, I got a double cheese one. I would imagine the regular one would be like a 7. This one feels like an 8. I like cheese. If you have like a dairy diet, then I think the filet would be mid. I think it would be like a 6 or 7. But if you like fish, then it's like a 7 or 8. Obviously, this is a 9. A personal 9 to me. I would rank this actually like an 8 or something. See, like 7 or 8 are sort of like, you know, your base. 10 is like, I would get this again. 9, personal favorite. Not everyone's bias, but you know how it is. Or even 10 could be that. But yeah, I'm gonna eat, and then I'm going to probably go back to my apartment and do some blockout stuff for my independent study, and then go to school to attend my class, my project people and stuff. Yeah. Okay. What did I do today? Well, what I did was honestly, I'm gonna say it. After I ate my 2 burgers and a fish fillet, I took a nappy nap. And, you know, it's a vibe, I think, when I eat so much and then I just feel tired. So I'm like, you know, let me take a nappy nap. When I woke up, I had the most drunk experience of my life. I was wobbling left and right. Like, when I get up, I'm like, nice nap. It was like an hour nap. It was nice. But then I was like wobbling about, like I felt so loose. Like I was literally like a slinky. But my mind was fine. Like my brain was fine. Everything was fine. I wasn't thinking drunk. Just like my body was drunk, and then my eyes were red as if it was haze, or I was high or something. That type of vibe. And I was like even stumbling outside of my apartment. I was not jokingly talking, but I was just like, woohoo, time to go to class. And I'm like, oh no, is this what a drunk person feels like? Like even a little bit driving, just to like, woo, making it right. And I'm like, no. So whatever they put in their quarter pounder with bacon and filet of fish, with the vibe. When I got there, people working, which was fine. I was a little bit late. And when I was there, I made sure that the leads were doing their leads meeting. I was like telling Isaiah, because Isaiah was next to me, he's like, did the leads already do their leads meeting? I was like vibing. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, we're gonna look. And I was like, Adrian, Nina, Jax, Sam, Xavier. Time leads. Time for the leads meeting. And then they talk about their stuff. A lot of the stuff about the fracking model, which you like mine stuff, is dependent, but I think they're gonna prioritize cutscene stuff and Steam achievements is what is going on, and revaluing assets. Then I was sitting next to Nisa. Nisa was next to me, and she went all on about the idea of, I don't know, like not eating her pear, which I got her a pear, but it was in my bag, and I did it when I went downstairs to Spice Cafe, but that's later in the story. But yeah, she doesn't have a stand for her computer, so what she did is she took like her not snow globe, but like one of those things with like the colors that you can like see the liquid change, put it sideways and put it like on the front part of her computer and have like a box on the back, so that way it leans and the airflow can happen, which is like wow in that regard. Anyways, her computer be cooking. What I did during projects is I just worked on my independent study, doing out blockouts to show that to Brigitte, which turned out well, than expected. Otherwise, I think we're still good with our project stuff. And also a reminder that on the 20th, on Thursday, we're gonna have like a group picture, so that'll be cool. And I want to commemorate that in this video, whenever that video comes out. I then went downstairs. It was like at 5:30ish, and I took the elevator. And then when the elevator opened, Brigitte was there, and then we did the Spider-Man pose, like, oh, I see you. And then she's like, I messaged you, like, I have to get something upstairs. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get stuff. And I did that. I sat there, I had a pasta bolognese. Their pasta bolognese is drier than the Don Patatelli one, but it's all good. But when she was there, I showed her my block out, which was fine. And I told her I figured out the cop material thing, which was like, I do somewhat, but not fully. So I a little bit lied, but you know, we get what we get. Because I want her to prioritize, like, hey, how can I better focus my block out? And the best thing was that she showed me a reference. So the first few things was lighting. There's this French type of lighting scenario, or like poles that I could put on my thing. Also, here's my block out. Bump, 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 bump. And maybe there's an extra bump or another bump, so keep that in mind. The lighting poles, and also the type of styles of lighthouses. She pointed out a Italian one, no, a Turkey one, which is this one, which I'm going to reference and probably go based off of that one, because the layout is muy magnifico. That's probably Spanish. I'm sorry, that's not Turkish. But yeah, that was my day, and her day was that it was cold in Bites Cafe, so that's why she went up to get her coat. Which, yeah, it is getting cold, obviously. But what would I rank today? I would rank today a solid A tier. You're like, whoa, really? I'm like, yeah, I would definitely label it as an A tier. I think what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to edit my videos, sit on my couch, and try to get those corrupted files for day 15, like screen record them, and then make sure they go through. And then I'm going to edit that and like put in my thing. One thing I learned about today is that I think I have nothing on the top of my head right now about what I specifically learned today, because it weirdly feels like I'm again in a state where I'm ahead of my assignments to some capacity, or I know what my downfalls are when it comes to like doing assignments or like procrastinating, and I can just go beyond that. And why do I feel that feeling? I think because I think there's a part of me that I will say, at least for like YouTube, it will suck that I won't get or feel like I get the views that I want, which is more of an analytical, statistical part of me. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get views from whatever I'm doing now because it's now all up to date or whatever. But the other part of me, I'm glad I'm doing these videos. I think there's this thing when it comes to boredom, and this is my takeaway, I guess, is that when you're bored, you can easily fall into the hurdle of feeling stagnant or feeling like you can't relate to anything, because it's sort of like you put yourself in this mindset that it feels like you need external value to push yourself forward to do things. And I think now, as of now, I think before I believed that holistically, internally. But I think now I feel, oh, my nose. I think now I feel like I believe in the internal drive, or just me saying it right now, I believe in the internal drive, because I'm trying to find like a meaning of like what I learned today was. But I just feel confident. This is a messy ending, I'm sorry. I just feel confident that what I'm doing right now and what I'm feeling right now is meant to happen and to feel great. And I just want to ride that. Maybe it's from eating the burgers. I will say I didn't feel well when I ate those burgers, so that's why I also took a nappy nap. And then I woke up and I'm like, whoa, like I'm feeling in my body. And then the Thai tea. The Thai tea was actually good. It was a good balance. Nothing else eventful happened. I don't know. I think tomorrow I might go shop at like a Daiso to get like a binder thing. I also want to, I don't think I will do it today, but probably tomorrow I'll start editing my October mashups. So that'll be great. And today I just want to focus on being up to date with my videos. And I think what I mean by that, here's the takeaway. What I mean by that, having something that feels equal to it, is that I feel like with my YouTube videos, they are journaling assignments to me. They're my personal journals that I know and I can certify to be like, this was my day. And to even sometimes just check on myself to be like, oh, I did that. And if people want to see how I go about my life, that's what it is in there. And as well, I think I've reached the part of when I make videos is the idea that I think a lot of people go to watch YouTube videos not to just see someone's life, but see the interests in things that people enjoy and can relate to. And I think that stems back to if you want to do something for yourself or market yourself to do things, you should start with what you're interested in and try to even sometimes replicate it. For my independent study, the concept of the lighthouse is honestly from Quedeca's Vanisher thumbnail. And I started that because I just love that. I really do love that. And I think just talking about it with like Brigitte is like the aftermath of feeling like, yeah, I really like to do this thing. I know it's gonna fade that feeling tomorrow, but then I just have to make sure I look back at it and be like, this is the Vanisher lighthouse. I want to make it. Let's improve on it. That's the type of vibe I think I'm writing right now. But that's just me. Tell me in the comments below what type of videos I should make, what type of thumbnails I should make, what type of title I should make, topics that you might enjoy. I think nearing the end, maybe in December, I just blatantly not expose Digimon, but just tell you my journey in understanding the career and the culture and the industry feeling of like what's expected from going to DigiPen. And I think this is just also something for me when I forget. I can look back and be like, oh my gosh, yes, I totally remember that. Or I can be in this regard in the future, like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be when it comes to like mock interviews and like specific like project orientations. Because I've been, personally from my experience, I've been a art director, an engine artist, and I've written both being a producer as well. I'm currently a producer for a game of hosting like 20 plus people. And it's a big learning experience. And not knowing so much about all the classes that go on in DigiPen, I can not just assume, but take note of like from talking to other students, how that is like and how they feel like they stem career-wise with other things. And I feel like that's a valuable thing that I want to impart on people openly about not just my experience for college, but just like what feels expected in an industry in film and in game, if you're interested in about that. I wouldn't say I'm so much like a senior expert, but I would say I am relevant now in my mindset to be like the idea of in the past, what would I tell myself in the past about these things? That type of vibe, but also from the future, this is future me over here, and you're like, ha ha ha, let me tell you the story about the thing. That is me right now for this. And when I go back, I'll be in the past or my past self being the future self. And this is the ending of the video. Thanks for watching.